In the previous video, we discussed how to make ourselves strategically and mindfully visible when we are specialists in our organization. So we don't lead, we don't have teams, we don't have larger groups with whom we work. In this video, I would like to address with you what happens when you become the team leader or the project leader. So this is another amazing momentum for you to take, use, and leverage. Let's take the situation when you become the team leader. All eyes, at least from within the team, are on you. So of course, that in the first part of your mandate, your attention needs to go to your team, so you can communicate with them in a clear, mindful, and influential manner. And funnily enough, when you're now watching this video, I am running an online course. It's called Pearl, Present, Effective, Authentic Remote Leadership. And in this course, we discuss the importance of getting a team right from the start. So this is not only about you communicating your, vision to them or your plans to make changes, but it is very much about attuning yourself to the needs in your team, aligning yourself with them, and then moving together into action. So what I mean by that is that at the beginning of your mandate as a team leader, you become visible by creating with your team what I call a North Star, by defining your team's purpose, by defining your team's vision, by defining your team's values, and by defining your team's and individual contributors' goals. This is the North Star. And when you do that, you then move into writing down, creating a team agreement. So you write down your processes, both how you create value, ways of working, and how you communicate together, right? Ways of communicating. And once you have this, you've got the North Star, and you've got yourself a team agreement that encapsulates your ways of working and ways of communicating, you have so much already done. You have gained your team's trust. You have your people aligned and ready to act in one cohesive manner moving forward. And what you can do now, when your team is already, set, now you need to go into your second most important role, which is to be the translator between the value your team creates and the world outside of your team. So the moment when your team is operating well inside, you need to go out there and start mapping the stakeholders of your team and communicate with them. So managing the relationship with your team stakeholders through conscious communications. And this is how you make yourself visible and you make your voice heard at this level of manager, of team manager, right? Because at this level, it's all about you communicating proficiently within the team. So your people have what they need to get their work done, but also mapping the relationships with your stakeholders and making sure that you don't forget about an essential stakeholder for your team. So everybody who is involved, everybody who matters, knows what you do together as a team. And again, here, your personal purpose, your personal gravitas comes into place, and you express the things that matter to you, to your stakeholders. And remember, your job as a leader in terms of communications is equally important what you do inside the team and the translation of the work of your team, of the value of your team to your external stakeholders. If you don't do that, your team will suffer because it can be decimated. It can have resources cut. So, you are kind of, I call this the position of the shaman, right? At the edge of the village, looking inside the village, but also looking at the forest and being a sort of a translator in between two worlds. So here we see and we understand that your visibility is not just for yourself and just another ego massage. Your visibility becomes essential and vital for your team, for your people. So they become visible, so they become clear, so their value becomes irreplaceable in an organization that is moving perhaps through transformation. So you need to make yourself visible by mapping your stakeholders, identifying their favorite communication opportunities and interactions, and constantly going and talking to them about what kind of value your team creates and what kind of value they expect from you. And once you have that, you can go in your whole organization and you can tell organization, this is how we do it in my team. And this is why it is a success. And this is how we want to inspire. So you become a leader way beyond your official mandate and scope. And that is ultimately the trampoline that will take you from a team leader into a talent who is on track to join the company executive board.